Hey everybody. Okay, let's dive into 2019. We are going to dive straight in to Keto 101. So if you are brand new to this page, my name is Stephanie Milkey, and we have been on this journey. Some say keto, some say low carb, some say lazy keto, whatever it is for you. My family, my husband says awesome. He's in the other room and you're going to see him more. But my family and I started 3.5 years ago on this journey. And so it's been fun. It's been a learning lesson, a huge learning lesson. But what we did is we decided 3.5 years ago to track where we started to where we are today and just help other people and take them on the journey if you choose to join us. And so we're going to talk really quickly about how we started, what we did, maybe give you some ideas of fats for fuel. We'll talk about some ideas, what we use. I've got some food items. What are electrolytes? Some of you have asked a lot of Q&A questions. And so we're going to dive right in. Here's a couple of things I need you to know. I'm not a doctor and I'm not an expert. We are Prove It promoters. And so we do talk about a product that puts you into ketosis in under an hour. And we love that. So we'll talk about that later. So I'm a mom. We homeschool. My husband gets to stay home. He works from home and we do this together. We travel all over the place. And so sometimes I'll share with you different things like traveling and eating better, or being on the road, or going to events, or how do you do it if you're outside your home? What if you go to a friend's house and they're not keto, right? Like there's so many questions, but a phrase that I want you to start off with this year is don't mess up good for perfect. You should probably write this down, or maybe you should have a notebook, or you can just come back and watch this later. So don't mess up good for perfect. I would say take off your black robe. Does anybody know what that means? Like, take it off. What that means is we're not here to judge anybody and everybody's on their own journey. So when we started, if somebody would have told me I had to be super strict keto, I had to track all of my macros that are in my broccoli and my onions, and I was doing it wrong, I would have given up really easily. But that's not what happened for our family, because my husband was on the keto journey like 6 or 7 years ago. And what he did is he tracked everything that he ate, because at that time, there was not a product that you could drink. So my husband was weighing his food, pricking his finger, measuring everything that he ate. And I remember looking at him being so overwhelmed, going, there's no way I'm going to do that. Has anybody ever been there before? And by the way, if you're watching this, like, where are you tuning in from? We're in Kentucky right now. Our family travels all over the place. And I would love for you just to press the share button below. Or just take a friend who's starting on this journey, because guess what? It's not just you. There's a lot of people going, I want to get healthier, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to lock arms together and we're going to do it together. And so, bam, you'll often hear my husband in the background if you tune in to my lives, and he'll be telling me what to say. And I'm like, babe, so maybe you should come over and say hello real quick so people can say hi. And then he's probably going to go to the gym. So don't mess up good for perfect. That is the quote of the year.
Power up.
Right? So this is not for just moms. This is not for just kids or grandma. I mean, like, this way of eating is for anybody in your life. This is for our kids. This is for my husband. This is for athletes. This is for somebody who wants fat loss. This is for somebody who sits in an office all day that just wants to feel better. Ooh, this is what we did.
That's good.
Anything else?
I would say this. Today's January 1st. It is the first day of the best year of your life.
We've been so busy this morning answering questions that I think both of us look a little worked out and scraggly, so forgive us, but this is our life.
What?
Like,
I think you look good.
And I think you look good.
I know.
Okay, so
we're better together.
This is us. So if you want to tune in and follow us on our journey in 2019, we would love to have you. Okay, this is where we're starting. Maybe do you just want to give them a brief understanding of why you started this journey?
Well,
I know are you leaving?
No, I'll be leaving in just a moment.
Okay.
But I'd just say this, like, a quick recap would be probably 6 years ago.
Yep.
6 years ago, I went to go put my pants on. My pants were way too tight. And I had to go to work. And when I went to work, I was tired. I was groggy.
He forgot to say something.
I know. I'll say this right now. So, like, I was not leading my family by example. When I went to go put my pants on and they didn't fit, I looked over at you and I said, sweetheart, did you shrink my pants?
Any wife have ever had their husband blame them for shrinking their pants? I was like, babe, stop shoving your face with cupcakes. Twinkies.
The challenge is that I knew I wasn't, there's so many, like, when you're not eating properly. You when you're not
right?
putting your workout in, know when you're not actually pursuing your goals because you're just making excuses.
Right.
This is the year of no excuses. And I'm just super proud of Stephanie, aka Keto Mom, because you really truly help teach, inspire, and activate families all over the world.
I think we do it together.
The best version of themselves.
It's our passion and we love it.
And so I just set out on the ketogenic diet, which probably a lot of you are probably finding this because you typed in the word keto.
Yep.
And here's what's really, really cool is that I thought the only way back then was to eat a ketogenic diet, and that tracked everything. I pricked my blood, all that kind of stuff. And I was able to do it.
Dumping butter in coffee, and you did it, but it took you weeks to get to in true ketosis.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't fun. It wasn't enjoyable. And life is too short not to have fun. And so fast forward, we were able to find a company called Prove It, and it's all about the pursuit of better.
Yep.
And we have pure therapeutic ketones.
Right.
And when I knew that I could just drink ketones, put them right into my system and not have to follow the strict ketogenic diet.
But eat better. It's not an excuse to shove your face with donuts. Like we
exactly.
help people go from A to B, making this a lifestyle, learning that food is fuel, and helping you understand that, like, we're fast forward 3.5 years. You were dropped, I think, 50 pounds. So he did get the cupcakes out of his mouth, and he went to the gym, and he decided to draw a line in the sand. And now you're as sexy as can be. And you still were sexy back then, but like he feels better now.
My pants fit.
His pants fit. I think they're even a size smaller.
What's really cool is that no matter what it is, like, you're gonna find out a lot of stuff from Stephanie this year if you stay plugged in, you stay engaged. But this is all about community, right? Nobody should be in life by themselves.
Right.
And so if you're just finding this for the first time, or if you've been following Stephanie for a long time, I can promise you this, like, she'll commit to you what you commit to her in regards to all areas of your life. Like, 2019 is a new year, it's a new you, and it's the place of new beginnings.
Right.
And so I would just say this, let's be really intentional in 2019 to have some visions, to have some dreams, like, to really go after what you were created to do.
It's not about a resolution. This is about habits. Like, we're going to start making
powerful.
pivots and changing habits. And so that's what we're going to talk about.
I love it. So I'm seeing a bunch of food and I see some really cool notes. I just say this, like, Stephanie truly loves this community. She pours so much time and her heart into this, and like, she'll leave you voice messages. At the same time, like, we build a business. This is how our family, like, this is
what
how
we
our
do.
family lives. Like, we get to help educate the world about the power of pure therapeutic ketones.
And it's not about being perfect. So we had said, write down, don't mess up good for perfect. But we go on the theory of good, better, and best. And that's what I'm going to teach you in just a minute, of how we eat and what we've done over the long span of 3.5 years.
People are asking, what are you drinking? What do you have in the cup?
Okay, so I'm going to talk about,
right.
I'm drinking keto cream right now, but also we're going to talk about my mom fuel in a minute. Actually, I'll talk about this really fast and then I'll go into the benefits of it. But this is where I started. So if you just listen to my husband, if you're tuning in, like, where are you tuning in from? Tag a friend, because there's lots of people that need help. This is a community just for all of us to plug in and encourage each other. My husband started with a strict diet, and you guys heard that 6 years ago. This is where I started. Only because the company Prove It was created 3.5 years ago. And it's a product to where you drink and it puts you in ketosis in under an hour. There's actually a lot of you on here that have no idea what ketones are. So here's the deal.
We're starting this today.
We're starting something new too.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the deal. Ketones are a fuel source. Your body can make them. If you eat really high fat, moderate protein, and low carb, your body will make ketones. Hopefully, not everybody's does. And so some people that are on here going, you can only do strict ketones and you can't drink a product. That's a lie. And until you know the truth, guess what? Like, you don't know what you don't know. And that's okay, because we're all learning and growing together. So what you need to know is this. You drink the product, it puts you in ketosis in under an hour. My husband, it took him 2 weeks to get into ketosis, regardless of how you want to do it. If you're here and you're like, I'm going strict keto, I'm going to track everything, test my blood, have my body produce its own ketones, awesome. If you're like me and you're like, I want a lifestyle approach, I want this to be long-term, like, this is where I started. I'm going to talk to you about both of them. So today only, they're doing a 2019 fun super start off. If you go to ketomom.com, you can check it out and you can get 20% off, lots of different flavors. Message me. I love all of them. Or if you like to take the path of least resistance and you want to try a 5 or a 10-day experience, post 5 or 10 below. You can try 5 different flavors without committing a month to anything. I will mail them to you. We will talk about it. I'll lock arms with you. You will give it a test drive, and then I'll help you with your food. Whichever way you want to go, that's the way you get to go. But there is 20% off the product. And for those of you who already drink the product, Heart Tart is back in just for today until they have enough. So if you go get your Heart Tart, if you're a Heart Tart lover, go log into your own cloud. If you have never tried the Heart Tart, if you want 20% off today, go to ketomom.com, or the path of least resistance, post a 5 or 10 below, and I'll get you info on a 5-pack of Mom Fuel. So this is where we started. Good, better, best. I got overwhelmed. I went to the grocery store one day after I told my husband I would join him on this journey, and I said, okay, I'm gonna eat keto. I remember walking into the grocery store. I had 4 babies with me. I remember walking around. I walked out in tears because I was like, I don't know what to eat or how to start. You don't want me to eat out of a box. I don't know how to cook. Like, anybody else ever been there? Like, super overwhelming. So I would say this. Are you leaving?
Yeah, I'm going to be.
You want to do the...
Oh, yeah.
So, sorry, and there might be little munchkins coming down. So this is what we did. I went home and I said, here's the deal. I'm not tired at all.
Not anymore.
This is what we did. I said, I can't dive into the ketogenic diet because I was living off pizza, chicken nuggets, corn dogs, Debbie snacks, and I'm not lying. Like, that's what I ate every day. So I said 1 meal at a time, and I looked at breakfast and I said, okay, I looked at our pantry full of cereal and bagels, and I said, once all of these leave our house, then I'm all done buying it. We're not buying it anymore. I took a sheet of my kids' paper. It was pink scratch paper because we love to do arts and crafts. We've got 4 girls, remember? And I said, breakfast, eggs, bacon, sausage, keto cream. Like, I drink, Prove It has a product called Keto Cream. So if any of you blend your coffee with butter and coconut oil, it's called Fat Coffee. We have a product that you can put in. It does not have ketones in it. Helps your body start producing its own ketones. So you can drink that. It helps get your fats up. The reason you want to eat this way is because so many people eat so many carbs. And if you're eating high fat, low carb, and if you're sticking to lower carb, not perfect, fat keeps you fuller longer. Fat helps with satiety. Fat helps your brain turn on. There's so many reasons why you want to eat this way. So what we did, I'll take a breather because I talk fast, is I got out all the cereal and we did breakfast. Once we accomplished breakfast and I felt confident in that, we moved on to lunch. I just stopped buying the bread. I stopped making pasta and I stopped with the rice. And my girls were young our girls were young at this time. So now they're 11, 9, 7, and 5. But at the time, there was probably a 2-week transition where, like, we stopped buying the goldfish and we stopped buying, yes, my kids eat this way. And it's not because they're on a diet, because if you understand ketones and if you keep watching this page, you'll realize that ketones are more than fat loss. A lot of you want fat loss this year, and we're gonna dive in and accomplish that. But what you're gonna realize is the power of ketones for the brain, for the body, for the appetite, for the focus, for the better mood, sleep, all of these things, right? My kids are on a path of, like, I'm gonna help them understand that food is fuel. We don't talk about being fat in our home. We talk about fueling our bodies the best we can. We talk about drinking ketones because it turns their brain on, and I have to homeschool them. And if I have to do that, I need them to focus, right? And so there's so many benefits. So what's fun is a lot of you have joined us. We've been helping you. And what happens is a lot of you go, okay, I love the fat loss, but I had no idea I could feel like this and this and this and this. And so the benefits from ketones and being in ketosis are phenomenal, and I will help you with that. So back to the eating food. We did lunch. We took the buns off the burgers, the croutons off the salad. I introduced my kids to lettuce wraps, and we made tacos and put it on lettuce. And so here's the deal. I've got a food list I can send to you. If you want that, post food below, and I'll show you how I help people start. So post food below for that. Again, if you're just tuning in, go to the beginning. My husband talked about the very beginning of where we started from and where we're going. And so for supper, I just stopped cooking lasagna, which was my favorite meal ever. And I made keto lasagna, which is used just simple zucchini, right? Every single thing that you eat now can be somewhat tweaked and made into a better version. It can be low carb. And if you know, and if you actually do this for 2 weeks, the next time that you go and eat a high carb meal, you might want a cheat meal, guess what happens? Your stomach is gonna hurt, you're gonna feel like garbage, you're gonna get like this, and you're not gonna do it again, or you're gonna, next time you do it, go, I don't wanna feel like garbage. So 1 meal at a time, 1 day at a time will get you to where you wanna go longer term. The diet or lifestyle that's gonna work for you is the one that you're gonna stick with long term. And are you ready to do that? Because there's a lot of you that are like, I'm ready to do that. So that's what we did. Don't mess up good for perfect, 1 meal at a time. I'm gonna give you an example. My kids love ham, cream cheese, pickle roll-ups. I've got some salami from Costco. We shop at Costco all the time. I'm gonna have to go again next week, and I will walk you through my Costco shopping when we go. We take the cream cheese, we put it in here, we add a pickle. My kids eat this all the time. This is a super simple meal. Don't mess this up. Don't overthink this, because a lot of times people think they need 30 different meals. You don't. If you just type in on Facebook, Keto Mom recipes, Keto Mom cheeseburger hot dish, it's my favorite. Guess what? It will pop up a recipe. Keto Mom cauliflower soup. It will bring you up the recipe. Keto Mom chocolate chip cookies. You can type it in the Facebook bar search. Guess what? It will give you a recipe, and it will give you, like, I keep things super simple. I don't want to be in the kitchen. I don't want to waste hours cooking meals. I'm like, what works for us? How can we fuel our bodies? And we've got to keep going, because I've got stuff to do and people to talk to. And so a couple things. People ask about fat. A common question is, what happens if I don't get my fats in a day? If you are tracking all of your food, which, here's the deal. Tracking your food is great. You can use MyFitnessPal. You can go to Google and type in keto tracker. I don't track my food anymore, because the longer you do it, you know what you're going to eat. But if you want to have a good visual, I tell people, don't get obsessed about the numbers. You can start today, and you can go to MyFitnessPal and just simply track what you think is healthy and what you're eating. At the end of the day, there's a little bar that will show you your proteins, your fats, and your carbs. And you can go, oh my goodness, I ate a lot of carbs today, or I thought I was eating better, or you might be surprised on how well you ate. And then from there, we tweak it, and I can help you with that. So for example, if you get to the end of the day and your little pie chart does not have 80% fat, do not go shove fat bombs in your face. That's a lie. A lot of people think, I've got to go get my fat in. If you're not hungry, don't eat. If you didn't get all your fat in for the day, you don't go shove butter in your face. That's where people reach a plateau. So I'm gonna walk you through this, but like the reason you eat good fats, like Kerrygold butter, right? Like nuts, which we're gonna talk about in a little bit, like avocados, adding a little bit of olive oil or coconut oil to your food, right? That will help you keep you fuller longer. Your brain thrives on fat, but don't put food in your mouth if you're not hungry. You do not have to eat 6 meals a day. You do not even have to eat 3 meals a day. A lot of you like to intermittent fast. Some people go, what is that? You get up in the morning, you drink your fat coffee. I can't have coffee, so I drink almond milk with keto cream in it. And then you don't eat till like lunchtime. And this does not break your fast. So some people don't eat until lunch. They've got a good solid lunch and a good solid dinner. That is fine. Like it's great for you actually. And so I would just tell you this, plug into the page, watch for recipes. If you want a specific recipe, private message me and I'll help find you something. But don't overdo it. You don't need 15 different meals. We have on average like burgers and vegetables. We have a lot of salads. We eat a lot of salmon and fish. We have tacos. Just don't use the taco shells. Or if your goal is to eat better, low carb, grab a low carb shell. Guess what? There's lots of options. We love the keto, I do a cheeseburger casserole or hot dish, whatever you call it. There's lots of different things you can do. I'm trying to think offhand. And then again, if you want the foods list, post food below and my husband will send that to you. Did you hear that, babe? I did. Okay. And then, okay, so where I started is this. I drink this every single day. So besides your coffee, I drink a product that puts you into ketosis. It helps right off the bat. In under an hour, you're in ketosis. What is ketones again? Remember, it's a fuel source. It goes to your brain. It does what your body needs it to do. So it's gonna help control your appetite. This is like your life preserver. If you truly wanna know where I started and you wanna start how I did, you're gonna start with this. You're gonna go, okay, give me a 5 or 10 day experience. Post a 5 or 10 below. Or you're gonna capitalize on the 20% off today because it's not coming back tomorrow. So go to ketomom.com. However you wanna start, I don't care. Get the product in your hand because it gets your head above the water. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go, I'm gonna help you eat better. We're gonna work on drinking more water. Where's my water bottle? We're gonna work on drinking more water. How do we do that? We're gonna work on maybe taking out one thing at a time. Hey, let's get rid of the Coke. You don't need any Coke, like the Coke you drink. And there's different tips and tricks that we'll do, but what you're gonna see is this is gonna control your appetite. This is gonna get your brain on track to go, oh my goodness, I've never had more energy and focus in my life. Is there any moms out there? Like any moms, I'm sure you're shaking your heads. Anybody have to turn the TV on at 2 or 3 o'clock because you need a nap? Like that was me every single day. Girls, mommy needs a nap. I'll be back. Like I would keep one ear open so I could make sure that nobody was like screaming or crying or like hurting each other. But I needed a nap every single day. Maybe a lot of you were sitting at the office and like banging your head on your computer because you can't focus because you're so tired, because you just ate a carb lunch, right? So this is your fuel source. You can test this in your blood and you can see it. So some people will go, you can't drink ketones. And I beg to differ, and I will fight you tooth and nail on that. Because I did a video a while ago that talks about me testing my blood an hour after I did it, and it got my blood ketones up. Yes, there is a difference in ketone products. Prove It created the very first pure therapeutic ketone. I'm getting fierce here, babe. I'm feeling it. I'm sweating. And so here's the deal. I'm super passionate about it because 3 years, fast forward 3 years, like I feel like I'm a better mom, a better wife. I get to help a lot of you because I drink this. And then my brain turns on, right? And then I've got the energy to focus throughout my day. I got the energy to get off the couch and go to the gym. I didn't do that for the first year. How did I start? I was a mom that ate frozen pizza every day. I implemented this. I did not do strict keto, and you don't have to be on a strict ketogenic diet to drink this. You can eat better, whatever your better is. I did a video a little while ago. I have a girlfriend that's vegan. I've got people that do Whole30. I've got people that just eat whatever their better is, or I will help you, but this is their fuel source. And then from there, a year later, after drinking this and after taking one day at a time and one meal at a time, I was like, I should join a gym. Like, I think I could work out. And I would say I'm fitter than I have ever been ever in my life, but it wasn't an overnight process. I didn't throw everything away in my fridge and I didn't join the gym the next day. I went for a walk with my kids. Like, the gym time that if you joined a gym and you think that you're going to get in shape, but you're not focusing on your food, like, good luck. Not in a mean way, but like the gyms will tell you in 2 weeks, most of the people disappear because you've got to get your food on track, and the gym is a bonus. It is super important to work out, but it can start with movements as walking or doing some jumping jacks, joining a fitness class, but you don't have to kill yourself in the gym to get the results that you want. I mean, do I feel like I'm preaching? Babe, am I preaching? Okay, so anyways, I just want to come on here. I would just say this. You can do it. And if your goal this year is to be a better version of you and to have your family do it with you, just be the example. Have your kids join in you and cook in the kitchen. Take them grocery shopping. Explain why you're eating certain foods. And if they won't join you because they're picky eaters, just have them try one bite of broccoli at a time. That's what we did with our kids. Hey, I made a vegetable today and we're all going to try it, right? Don't talk about being fat. The reason most kids don't join their parents is because they see their parents going, I'm on a diet. And then you want to know what they do? They go, this is mom food because she's on a diet and she's fat and I can't eat that, so I'm going to eat the mac and cheese. Like, that's what goes through kids' heads. So watch your words. Those are super powerful. I would say start with this because it gets your head above the water. I would say simple things. Go to a restaurant. Don't get overwhelmed. Buns off the burger, croutons off the salad, grab a lettuce wrap, get rid of the fries, and add a side of vegetables. It's not about perfect. Some people go, but what dressing? The dressings you can use, blue cheese, ranch, Caesar. It might not be organic, right? And it might not have the best oil that you want, but it's a better option that you would have chose last week. Is that making sense? Some people go, does your meat have nitrates in it? Sometimes it does. If I could buy all organic, all nitrate free, all organic, if I made everything by myself, that would be the best option. But remember, good, better, best. A good option is I'm going to choose to take the bun off my burger and that's where I'm going to start, right? A better option is I'm going to make it at home and it might not be the best meat, but it's a better option. The best option is I've got a cow in my backyard that's organic, only eating grass-fed meat. I'm going to butcher it by myself, not add any nitrates in it, and I'm going to eat that. I hope that's making sense and I kind of was being funny. So I would just say there's a couple phrases to keep in your head while you're at the office, while you're out and about, while you're feeding your kids. Good, better, best. What is the best option that I can put in my mouth right now? That's it. Keep a bottle of water with you all the times. There's things that people go, what happens if I go through the keto flu? Grab some electrolytes. When your body's in ketosis, it's flushing out sodium. Some people go, oh my goodness, there's so much sodium in eating keto. No, there's not. If you're in ketosis, your body's using it. You've got to replenish it. Grab some Himalayan salt. Put a pinch in your water. Put some on your food. If you really need to, and for sleep, a lot of people use magnesium. Just go find something at a local grocery store. There's something called Calm, C-A-L-M. I do not sell it. It's on Amazon. There's little things that you can do just to help you feel better. But if you're truly diving into this, don't get overwhelmed. It's one meal at a time, one day at a time. I would say start with the product. I'm going to give you one more tip. Oftentimes people, and this is a tip that somebody had said, can I eat nuts? I love nuts. I love macadamia nuts. I love pistachios. I love mixed nuts. But I want you to understand something. This is something that people easily eat too much of. So if you look at the back, I would say when you buy this big thing of nuts, which I haven't done yet, I need to do that. I just don't have Ziploc bags. Here's a keto tip for the day. Take whatever nuts you buy, grab the portion that it says, and I want you to portion them into smaller baggies so that you grab one baggie and not 18 handfuls, because that's where people get they just eat too much. And so I hope that's helpful. There's a lot of things you can do with that. If you feel like you're gonna overeat, just pre-portion your stuff in little snack bags and grab one at a time. Different snacks my kids eat: cheese sticks, beef sticks, pickles. We have a veggie tray in there. Again, if you're eating high fat, low carb, again, not perfect keto, guess what? Fat keeps you fuller longer, so you don't eat a lot of snacks. And I would say before you grab a snack, go drink some water. Most people are dehydrated. So I think that was a lot of the questions. One more question people asked. This comes in caffeine and caffeine free. The reason there's caffeine in it is because caffeine helps with the uptake of ketones. If you are completely caffeine sensitive, then you do not drink the one with caffeine. If you already drink caffeine, it's a small amount, you'll be just fine. My kids drink the caffeine free. There is not a protocol for kids to drink it. If you want your kids to drink it, I could share my story with you later, private message me, how they all share a packet and we just shake it up and they drink it. I'm the mom, I get to choose if they drink it or not, and I feel like it really turns their brain on and I think it's amazing. So that's why they drink it. It's for anybody. We've got grandmas on it, athletes on it, helps with muscle preservation. The benefits are phenomenal. And so, hey, Steve, do you see some questions that people have asked really quick before I log off? Because it's hard for me to read them.
No, I can't see my computer.
Okay, so here's the deal. I will get back with you on the questions that you've asked, or I can do another Facebook Live that you've asked, and I will go over Keto 102. Get it? That's funny. Okay, so I appreciate you all. Private message me. I always get to all of my messages before the end of the night. If you want to capitalize on the 20% today, go to ketomom.com for the product. My favorite is Heart Tart. My favorite is Maui Punch. My favorite is all of them. So I would encourage you to go do that. Oh, another question people ask is how many do you drink a day? I started my very first year with one a day. I got up in the morning, I drank one, and then I did the best I could with my foods, and I was not perfect, and I still am not perfect. Now I drink two because I actually like to get up early in the morning, go to the gym. I drink one before I go to the gym, and I drink another one around 1 or 2 o'clock. Because I love it. It's a phenomenal fuel, and I feel great. So I'm up early, up late. It's just how I work. And so, but you can take one a day. If you want to optimize it, you can take two. It's completely up to you. And so I appreciate you all. I will let you go to your today of, I'm sure a lot of you are relaxing or getting ready for a new year. But message me with your questions. Again, ketomom.com for 20% only today. If you watch this tomorrow, sorry, but that's okay. And 5 or 10 below, or if you want my food list post food, I will let you go. And I appreciate you all. Stay tuned in because we'll be sharing a lot more recipes coming up this next week, this entire year. So have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.